Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and welcome to my top 20 for 2020 Satanist, Demons, and Devil movies. Now, just keep in mind that this is just my opinion and how I view the films. I wanted to say a big thank you to Joe the Horror Man for helping me come up with this challenge, and thank you to everyone who has participated. Now, let's get right into it. Coming in at number 20, and this is going to be dedicated to my good buddy Monty G. And that is The Car. Now, it's dedicated to him because this is his favorite Jaws ripoff. And there was a lot of them around that time. But this happens to have a car powered by the devil, which you find out at the end. I probably spoiled this movie, but you kind of had to for this list. So, and that's number 20, The Car. Coming in at number 19 is Alucard. This movie is just plain mean-spirited. It's nasty. It's just, you feel like you need to take a shower after watching it. But man, is it good. Yeah, really good movie. Always been one of my favorites. And that is number 19, Alucard. Coming up at number 18 is House of the Devil. This is probably my favorite Ty West film. It's usually a tie between this and The Innkeepers, but I just love the 70s throwback vibe to this, and it's just a really, really good movie. It's a slow burn, but it's a good movie. And this is actually my Blu-ray DVD copy of it. Self-made. Anyway, and that is House of the Devil. Coming in at number 17 is Tombs of the Blind Dead. Now, this is the one I hemmed and hawed over because I thought that this deserved a place on my list, since it's one of my favorite series of all time. Unfortunately, the movie that got kicked off was Angel Heart, which I also like a lot, so it was kind of a tough choice for me. But Tombs of the Blind Dead definitely deserves to be on this list, in my opinion, because they were Satanists, and that's how they came back. If you watch the films, it's pretty awesome. So this fits zombies, this fits Satanists, it's all kinds of things. The Knights Templar performing satanic rituals. Yeah. And number 16 is a fairly recent watch. It is The Wailing. Now, I've heard a lot of good things about this movie, so I wanted to make sure that I watched it for this list. And boy, is it a long it's a long, long film. It clocks in at like 2 hours and 35 minutes. But geez whiz, it is really, really good. This is a definite recommendation from me. Yeah, The Wailing is a good flick. But it's long. Alright. Coming in at number 15 is The Devil's Candy. This movie is just awesome. It has so much vivid imagery to this. I love the soundtrack. The acting is great. It's a very unsettling movie, and it's just really good. You have to find out what The Devil's Candy is if you haven't seen it. And that's number 15, Devil's Candy. Coming in at number 14 was one I wasn't sure whether I should put on my list or not, and that is The Witch, because it's basically about a witch. But they are satanic rituals, and why can I never remember the name of the goat? I can never remember the name of the goat, but the goat is supposed to represent Satan, so yeah. This is an awesome movie. It's a slow burn, it's very atmospheric, and I love it. And that is The Witch, coming in at number 14. Coming in at number 13 is a movie that's just more fun than a barrel of monkeys, and that is Deathgasm. This is a heavy metal lover's dream. It's bloody, it's gory, it's just a ton of fun. And that is Deathgasm. Coming up next, I thought this one would have placed higher on my list, but this is where it ended up. And that is Damien Omen 2. It's my favorite movie in the Omen franchise, and to me, it's just a little bit more mean-spirited than any of the other films. And I like the story of how Damien starts to learn about who he is as far as being the Antichrist. It's pretty cool. And coming in at number 11 is Satanico Pandemonium. This movie is fantastic. This movie is, as I put it, one step below a masterpiece. At first I wasn't sure whether I was going to like it or not, but you see some things in this movie that you really can't unsee, and it's, yeah, talk about wanting to take a shower. Oof. This movie would never fly today, let me tell you. Never. So, this is a Mexican film, and this and The Killer of Dolls, they both blew me away. So, yeah. Alright, we've reached the top 10. And coming in at number 10 is Demons. Now, I'm not a big of a Demons fan as most of my friends on YouTube, but I do like this film. Even less of a fan of the second one, but it's still watchable in my opinion. This movie is just fun. I remember the first time I watched it, I didn't particularly care for it, but it has grown on me over the years. So, and that is number 10, Demons. I mean, after all, it is number 10. Coming up at number 9 was a movie I almost forgot to put on my list, and that is Trick or Treat. Man, do we need a Blu-ray of this or what? This movie is just so much fun. I probably hadn't seen this in maybe 17 years before I watched it for the list. I actually bought this in Seattle when I was there with my treatment, and I used to watch this film nonstop. I had the VHS. I had the VHS copy. I wore it out. I have the soundtrack. I love Fastway. It's just a fun movie. And plus we get appearances from, of course, Ozzy and Gene Simmons. Of course, Gene Simmons has a little bit bigger of a part, but yeah, that's how it is. Now it's Trick or Treat. Alright, coming up next, one of my favorite revenge films, and that is Evil Speak. Clint Howard, to me, this is my favorite role. It's very close between this and Ice Cream Man, but I just love this movie. It's a lot of fun, and it actually has Bob from That 70s Show in it. He's a lot younger then. And Richard Mole. Yeah, played Bull in Night Court. So, great movie. I don't like the whole puppy thing. Those of you who have seen it know that, but or know what part I'm talking about, but I do love this film. It's awesome. Yeah. Alright, coming up next is Insidious. I know a lot of my fellow YouTubers talk crap about PG-13 movies. Watch this movie and tell me that a PG-13 horror movie can't be good. It's just, this movie is creepy. It's amazing. Yes, the demon kind of looks like Darth Maul, but, you know, take that out of it, it's still creepy. Really, really creepy. So, and that is Insidious. Coming up at number 6, probably not a big surprise, is Hellraiser. Hellraiser's awesome. I'm not the biggest fan of this franchise. I do love the first one, the second one, and the third one, and I really like Judgment a lot. The rest of them are watchable for me. Revelations is a rough one, but the rest of them are watchable, and I don't know, this movie is so atmospheric that it's hard not to put it on a list like this. So, yeah. Hellraiser. That was number 6. Coming in at number 5 is The Conjuring 2. Just recently, when I watched these to do the Conjuring Universe ranking, this one took the top spot, which I never even thought was possible because I love the first Conjuring. I actually think this one is better. It's got more heart to it, in my opinion. And it's definitely creepier. So, yeah, that is number 5, The Conjuring 2. Coming up at number 4 is Sinister. Thank you, Brad, for mentioning this. I probably would have forgotten about this, and this is actually one of my favorite movies like this. It has a demon. The demon is Bagul, and this movie is just creepy. And a lot of it has to do with the soundtrack and the sound in the film, sounds in the film. It's just, it's very unsettling. This movie surprised the hell out of me, and it's just awesome. Coming up at number 3, may take some people by surprise, but it is Crossroads. I love this film. I think it's awesome, and yes, it has to do with the devil, and it does have a little bit of horror elements to it. Not much, but just enough to make this list. This is where Ralph Macchio has to go to the crossroads and make a deal with the devil, or try to win back his friend that he breaks out of a nursing homes. He has to win back his soul by dueling a guitar duel with the devil. Yeah, okay. This movie's awesome, and I love it, and yeah. A lot of people say it's not horror, and it's not, but it does have horror elements. And that is number 3, Crossroads. Coming up next is one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen, and that is The Exorcist. The popular trend seems to be now that The Exorcist is overrated. I disagree completely with that. This movie scared the crap out of me when I was a little kid. The commercial scared me, and the actual theme of the film scared me so much that I had long talks with my grandmother about this, and you know, she explained a lot about what The Exorcist is about, and because I was brought up in a religious house. So, I mean, it had a really big time effect on me. So, yeah, Exorcist is amazing, still is to this day, and I love it. And that is number 2, The Exorcist. Which brings us to my number 1. This probably is not a big surprise, but this movie is amazing, and that's The Evil Dead. The Evil Dead and The Exorcist could sometimes flip-flop, in my opinion, but today, it's The Evil Dead for me. This movie creeped me out the first time I saw it, and I was late to the party with this one. I did see it later in my teenage years, I believe, or my 20s. But I was late to the party with this movie, and it actually creeped me out. It's just an amazing film, and I love it. Hope you guys enjoyed my list. Thank you to everyone who's participated, and if you like what you see in here, hit that like button, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.